So I wanted to figure out how much money exactly I was paying off in student interest for just my federal loans. So I did a little investigation. Keep in mind that I have federal student loans, my husband has federal student loans, and then I have refinanced two of them. So in total, we have about $154,000 in student loans. But my federal student loans are about 77,000, and it's made up of four like smaller loans.
What are you gonna do, man? How can you just casually say that you're $77,000 in student loan debt? You know how much interest is gonna play through before you pay that off? You're gonna end up paying well over $100,000 to pay this off. $396 a month in student loan interest. So $396 a month gets burned on interest. Doesn't even touch the principal. My minimum payment for this account is $875 a month.
Anyways, I calculated it, and guess what? I pay $396 a month in interest every month. That's how much it accrues in interest every month. My minimum payment is of $875, and that means that about half the money that I'm paying just goes to interest, and then the other half goes to principal. This is why it's really important when you're taking out student loans that you know, or at least calculate that you'll be able to have a good enough job to be able to pay these off.
She seems a little bit too happy about this. She seems a little bit too nonchalant.
Hopefully, I'm able to make the minimum payment, but it just hurts my soul to think about how much money and interest I'm paying each month. And
Yeah, well, thankfully you make the minimum, but you're not going to move the balance on that. You know, in 5 years you're going to owe 80,000. In 10 years you're going to owe 84,000. Like, it's never going to stop. You're just always going to have a $800, $900 a month balance that you have to pay every month for the rest of your life. So that's miserable.
what that money could be going to.
I always thought that the people who complained about student loans were the ones that had really high loans, that it's like you're never going to pay it off, so why are you even trying type of thing. So I was never worried about interest, right? Mine is only about 17,000, so I was like, I'm going to pay it off within the time frame. I was like, I don't have to worry about interest because mine isn't that bad. That's literally what I thought. So today I was like, you know what, let me just sit down and do the math because I've been making payments, so my loan should be going down by a lot. That's not really what happened. I did the calculation.
Oh yeah, if you make the minimum payment. They purposely make the minimum payment like just low enough to where you pay basically the interest and nothing else, so your balance never really goes down. So the minimum payment is a scam. That's a psyop.
And my beginning balance was 16,417. I have made six payments of $180, a total of 1,070. My current balance is 15,827. It has been reduced by $590, which
Yeah, that's just people don't understand the interest rate. Like, money isn't free. Money costs something. And the interest rate is what it costs.
And honest. So basically it's getting rid of grad plus loan. Further, I would like to acknowledge that there was a bill passed in the 90s that Joe Biden was in charge of that essentially to
Red flag. That's a red flag. Anything Joe Biden was a part of.
break it down, made it easier for universities to raise the tuition costs, and then the loans would just increase. And ever since that's happened, schools have become extremely expensive. Dental schools are so expensive. But what that means is, so when I was in school, I took out normal loans, okay, like federal loans, and then I also took out grad plus loans. So you basically had your grad loans and you had grad plus loans. And basically the grad plus loan
So easy when you're in school to just take out ridiculous amounts of loans.
would cover anything that wasn't covered by your normal loan, and how it would have a higher interest. You had to do this in order to cover the tuition of the school every year. There was really no way around it unless you were getting help somewhere. So I have $307,000 in student debt, and basically if you take away the grad plus loans, which is going to happen, then you only have the normal loans, and the normal loans now are capped at $200,000. And so if I had $307,000 and it's capped at $200,000,
307. How much makeup are you putting on with $300,000 in debt? Do you see this?
that means where am I getting the money, the $107,000 from? Well, I now have to go to I have to go get a private loan for that. Doesn't mean the schools are going to be cheaper. It means I have to.
No, you don't have to do anything. You're making all these decisions yourself. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do anything. You are choosing to do it. Where's she living? How do you have that much debt?
Go get a private loan, which also makes it harder for people from low-income houses who don't have support from their families, who don't know how to do a lot of this. It makes it really hard for them to do it. And then
They should not be doing it, period. Not everybody should go to college. Not everybody should go be a doctor or a dentist. Not everybody. It makes it really hard for them. No, they just shouldn't do it. You shouldn't do it either. $300,000 in debt, you should not have done this. This woman is about to be miserable the rest of her life unless she finds a man. But with that much fucking makeup put on, she's lying to everybody every day. I don't think she's finding a man.
It makes me really sad because there's no way I could have obviously went to school without loans. And also, I didn't understand the process like at all. No one in my family had ever been a doctor. It's just really frustrating. I think it is. Everyone has contributed to the...
Dentists love to call themselves doctors too. Just pointing that out. I don't know why. They don't want to be called a dentist, but they want to be called a doctor.
problem, but this is not the solution.
I love my patients. I love the people that I work with. I love medicine in general.
Here's a great question. $351,000 student loan debt. Is becoming a doctor worth it? Probably not.
I love the constant learning. I love who I am as a doctor. I love providing people value.
Does she have a ring? I don't think I see a ring. But you'll notice that a lot of these women with all this debt and their doctors and stuff, they ain't married.
Helping enrich people's lives, education, all that stuff. I hate insurance companies that don't allow me to practice medicine the way that it's better for patients. Like, my patients need a medication. I can't get it for them.
She looks fucking old too, dude. Look at her hands. Do you see that? I think she's younger, but old.
I love providing people value, helping enrich people's lives, education, all that stuff.
I do not trust any of these people who sit here and talk about how much they want to help other people out and how they're all about other people. I think it's a lie. And I don't believe your shit. Talk about yourself and what you want for once. Tell me what you are trying to do for yourself. I fucking hate. How easy is it to come up here and say, oh, I want the best for everybody. I just want everybody to get everything. And I hope everybody wins. Oh, yay. Fuck you.
I hate insurance companies that don't allow me to practice medicine the way that is better for patients. Like, my patients need a medication. I can't get it for them because of insurance. I hate hospital institutions who don't pay doctors what they're worth, and yet CEOs continue to have increased salaries. Administration continues to have.
Does she believe that UPS drivers are adequately paid? Are paid enough? I think everything has to be based on the baseline of what a UPS driver makes. So if you can deliver boxes and make $180,000 a year, what should a doctor make? What should a literal doctor make? I'm just asking the question. You can deliver a box and make $150K. What should a doctor make for saving someone's life or something like that? Or a surgeon performing surgeries? What should they make? Should they make more than what a UPS driver makes? Should they make less than what a UPS driver makes? Is delivering the boxes more important than a doctor or a surgeon during surgeries? Should the doctor get paid double what the UPS driver makes? Triple? Everything has to be based on the UPS driver pay. That's the baseline. So just getting up and driving a truck and delivering a box is the baseline. That's $150K a year.
Have increased salaries, and doctors continue to have decreased pay with the increased amount in school loans. Not enough support staff, not enough nurses, not enough MAs.
You know how much loan a UPS driver, how much student loans a UPS driver has to take out? 0, bruh. Fucking goose egg, dude.
Not enough supplies, not enough PPE. I do have job security. I have my education to fall back on. Would I have been able to do this?
Yeah. Until you ask for a raise. Until somebody comes along that can use AI better. Just saying.
In any other field, possibly. I think I would have been just as happy being a teacher because that's a lot of what I do now.
100%. And you know what else, lady? You would have been happier being a mother. You would have been happier being a mother with your children. Is she going to talk about children at all? No. You notice how modern women don't even think about it? It's sad.
educate my patients on healthy lifestyle habits.
My patient this, my patient that, my student loan this, my student loan that, interest rate, surgery, doctor, I don't have enough. Nothing about my kids and my family in here. You know what I'm saying?
I'd be the same person without medical education or medical training. I don't know. And so that's the part that I'm just like, I love who I am now. I love the confidence that I have. I love the fact that I have knowledge in order to analyze data, to learn on my own so that I can think for myself and not rely on the...
This stuff should all just be natural. It should just be a natural thing. You should be able to just do this. You don't need to go to medical school and into $300,000 in debt to think and learn.
Opinions of others. I love that sense of autonomy. Is it worth $351,000 and feeling like I'm being crushed by the system and not being able to get out?
And no ring and no man. Don't forget that, ladies. She's all that debt, all this shit, got a little scrubs on, no ring, no man.
I don't know. I can't give you a straight answer. I'm just crossing my fingers and someone hacks this whole thing and then my school loans disappear, you know?
And at the end of the day, guys, just hopes it all goes away. No thought process at all. This is like watching a fucking train crash. What are we doing to our women, dude? Like, what are we doing? Look at these poor souls. $350,000 into debt, thinking they're a fucking doctor. No ring, not a man in sight. She looks like she's 40. She looks like she's 40. She's probably not. She's probably high 20s or something. Maybe low 30s. But she looks 40 something. $351,000 in debt. Bro, it's over. It's over. And on that note, I need to go deliver pizza right now.